Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Sorry about the delay and sorry about the lack of music. I don't know what to tell you other than throw your shade at iTunes on PC. It's hot garbage. But it's the place where I've got the royalty-free music, so that's kind of what we're stuck with. Also, I've ordered a new cable for my mic. I don't know what it is about the Yeti Pro, but... sorry, not the Yeti Pro, it's the Yeti X. But the... something happens where I will no longer be able to hear my music through my earphones. It also means that the mic is not working. So it's a combination of the mic not receiving audio and music not getting to the chat, which is weird because the music should still be playing on the PC even though I can't hear it with my headphones. I don't know why when the Yeti craps out, so does Streamlabs desktop. So there's a bunch of stuff that's in there that's going wrong. I could move the LEGO streams to OBS Studio. The problem with that is that most of my gaming is at 1440p on OBS Studio, and the camera here for the LEGO Let's Chat is, of course, 1080. So I have to switch the screen size every time I do a different LEGO stream. It's not the biggest deal, but it is kind of a pain. So right now, I use Streamlabs Desktop only for LEGO, and it means that I don't have to constantly go in and change the settings whenever I switch from one thing to the next. So on one hand, it's convenient. On the other hand, we have bugs like this every once in a while, and it drives me a little bit nuts. So we are going to jump in where we left off with the LEGO X-Wing Starfighter. We're on bag 5. We're probably going to do bag 5 and 6 today. This is the only thing that's labeled 5, so it looks like it's mostly the stand for the kit. And we did a fair bit of work last time on the sides of the fighter and the nose cone, and we basically got the outside of it pretty much done. It's mostly, I would say, wings and engines that need to happen, and of course the engines are on the wings. So, and of course, and the lasers that face forward. There's also a spot here for looks like an astromech, and this is going to be a very large piece of kit when it's done. I don't know how the stand happening now is going to affect the build. It might be good or bad. It might make it a pain in the butt to film. I don't know. We'll find out. Thank you, Cosmic. Yes, MindTripMedia used 100 bits in the countdown starting soon screen, and Dan Grice has resubbed tier 1, 31 months. Dan found that in his pocket. Thanks so much, Dan. Thank you very much, MindTripMedia. Appreciate your support. All right. I need something sharp. Speaking of the astromech droid, I would say we're looking at it right here. I think it's R2. Looks like R2. So this is going to be a very quick bag, I would imagine. I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh yeah, there's hardly anything in here. I say that, I mean, it looks like a jumble, but when you're used to bags that have an absolute ton of stuff in them. Your level of being overwhelmed by a LEGO set is vastly increased, I would say. Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward. There's only like 1, 2 colors maybe. That's why I said we're definitely doing bags 5 and 6 today. This is the last LEGO kit that I actually have right now. So depending on when we finish it. I do have one on my short list that I'm going to pick up that will both be timely and tide us over until I figure out what's new. I'm kind of pushing and waiting to see what LEGO is releasing for Christmas, and then I will absolutely be making a list of what I want to do here on the channel. Also, wow, that's really crooked. We do have smaller stuff. I don't know where I don't think I have them in reach, but like there's a little Death Star kit that came with this. There is, where did I put those? Oh, I see it. Hold on. Yeah, so we've got some little things that we can do after we finish the X-Wing while we're waiting to see what LEGO's coming out with for Christmas. So, I mean, it's only 289 pieces. That wouldn't take too long. Still cool, though. So there's a couple things like that. I think there was an X-Wing as well. I might actually give the X-Wing to a friend for Christmas. I might not build that one myself. I also very much need to dig out my old box of Lego, the one that I had from a kid that I still have. That is in my storeroom in my apartment. It's at the back, so it's quite a feat to go get it. So what I'll do is I'll probably get that. It might even be fun if it fits on the table to like unbox it live. But there are definitely some vintage sets now. Whether or not I have all the pieces, where I can find the instructions, we'll have to look into that. But that could be a fun way to kind of tide over the stream between now and, or I should say now, between the end of the X-Wing set here and whatever I decide to do next. There's also the chance that, you know, and it's a fully realistic possibility that I might just not have anything from LEGO that appeals. And if that happens, what I'll more than likely do is dedicate Friday to a different game. Or maybe I'll switch it and I'll do Friday, Saturday, Sunday Minecraft, and then I'll do a different game on Thursdays. It's hard to say. These things never quite line up. Well, it's definitely Luke and R2. There's a lightsaber in here. I kind of figured that they didn't mention that it was Rogue 5. They just said it was an X-Wing Starfighter. Maybe in the early descriptions in the instructions they mentioned something along those lines. See, this is the kind of thing where I almost wish, I know it would be a lot of plastic and a bit more waste, but I almost wish that LEGO would do smaller bags. I feel like it would be a more satisfying process. At least for me. I know that, I mean, a good chunk of this is because I no-load the pieces and all that stuff, but I feel like it would be Definitely a more satisfying process. Right. Probably the fastest thing I've ever nulled out on the channel. Small and cool regarding the Death Star? Yeah, I think so too. We are past that. That's the nose cone. This is where we want to be. Bag number 5. Also kind of stuck together here. Oh, right. This piece as well. I don't think we need these yet. Oh, not that. These. I really like it when they give display stands for ships. I looked at some aftermarket stuff for some of the other starfighters I have, and they're okay. Generally, it's better to like purchase your own blocks and then make the kits. But I really like it when LEGO includes their own design because it adds to the build, and they're usually really stable. I think the other one that I have that had a stand is the Shuttle Discovery, the NASA ship. I remember that stand being really sturdy as well. Plus, what I like about it, when it's on display in my living room, it's in like, it looks like it's flying, like it's on a nice angle. It's got that perfect kind of like coming in for a landing vibe to it, which is really cool. This is going next to that, actually. I'm putting this on one side of my TV, and the shuttle will stay on the other side. We get a nice big, more than just a tripod, it's kind of like a 4-way stand happening. To do this again. I got ahead of myself. That looks about right. Ah, the mob vote for Minecraft opens in 46 minutes. That's right. Today's the 13th, isn't it? Quick poll, if we can put one together, Cosmic, since we are 46 minutes out. I mean, I know there's not a lot of people that tune into these LEGO streams, but for those of you that are here, I know that you're regulars and you're usually in tune with the Minecraft space. So if we could put together a poll for people to let us know what they're voting for. I mean, it would be probably better to do that on one of my Minecraft streams on the weekend. But I'm curious right now, kind of ahead of the vote, where people are sitting. Sunnybrook 1, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Okay. There. I have to say some of these stands are interesting builds too. Like they don't just go together exactly how you'd expect, right? This goes there like that. I've got this long piece. It holds everything together. I like that they've got a lot of plates on this, so it hides a lot of the studs. And these are probably some of my favorite Lego pieces for details. Little touches like that, always very cool. Sunnybrook1, thanks. Yeah, that's why. It's one of the reasons why I do it. It also prolongs the build experience. When Lego is expensive, it's nice that it takes a little bit longer than just, you know, throwing things together. Even if I was doing it on my own, I would still at least separate things out into different colors. I haven't really looked at the stand for this on the box. I think that from what I remember, I feel like the shuttle Discovery stand was nicer. I feel like. Well, they're covering some of this up with plates. Maybe this gets nicer too. This goes here. I'm assuming this is the part that goes into the bottom of the ship. Got a very specific width to it and some stoppers here. That's really clever. I quite like that. And I think that's it. Put this on that. Right, and then these attach here. Come on, there we go. There's your very specific angle for everything. I'm not crazy about all these studs, but it's going to be covered up by the plaque. And it looks like there's 3 visible. There's the stand. I think I know how to put these guys together. I've got the helmet, just like the helmet we built earlier in the year. That's a fun bookshelf build, actually, the Rogue 5 helmet. Luke gets a lightsaber. I wonder if anybody's managed to figure out how to put LEDs in these little lightsaber things. Must be really tricky. Luke stands here. T-65 X-Wing Starfighter. Length 13.4 meters. And then that goes on there, and then we put the astromech in base. So there's a square hole in the bottom there. It's like that. It's a little wobbly. And then these are symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. Down. And front is that one. Yeah. And then R2. I think there's studs in there. Just one. Oh, okay. That's tricky. Oh, there we go. Got it. He really gets down in there. I thought he stuck out more, but I could be wrong. And then we're on to bag 6 already. Wow. Page 164. Now this becomes more difficult to move out of the way. You can sort of see on a bit of an angle on this stand. Maybe? You know, it's funny, it actually doesn't touch. I thought that would go in. Uh-oh. Yeah. I don't know if that's correct. That feels a little... I need to double check that. I wonder if I've made a mistake here. That feels very strange. No, they go right to the end. I guess I'd have to look at the box. There's nothing on the box to indicate how far that goes in. If I screwed up something ages ago, though, then that could be part of it. But you'd think, given the design of that, that it would go in another ½ centimeter, which would remove the wobble. I'm not sure whether I've screwed up there or not. Yeah, if I press too hard, then it moves something up here and it like comes undone. That seems strange. But yeah, there's a little bit of a wobble that I feel like would be gone if those were farther up. Don't know. $100 bits, small tiny bag, 5 done. Thanks, Cosmic. Can someone do me a favor and actually, and I don't want to get any spoilers by looking up how this is supposed to go together, but could someone just kind of Google if that is supposed to go in all the way? It's set 75355, pretty sure. I feel like that's a mistake on my part. And if it's supposed to go in all the way, let me know what the common mistake is. I'm usually pretty good at following the instructions, but every now and again. And that would be a real pain to fix, because that I can see the piece in there that it's hitting, and that is way in there underneath all this stuff. Few more pieces in bag 6. That seems like a waste of plastic, but I'm not sure what the logic is behind it. Maybe the pieces come from different facilities or something. To have all these little extra bags. Found a Reddit thread that talks about the stand and possibly a temporary fix for it. The thread is from 5 months ago, though. Want me to send it to your Discord? It's involved and has pictures. Yeah, sure. Did I do it right? So there's an aftermarket fix for the stand. It's not that I did it wrong. It's that there's a design flaw. That's my main question was that did I screw up or did Lego screw up? Is basically what I was thinking of. Yeah, send it to the Discord. I'll try to remember to check it on my break. Looks like a design flaw? Okay, cool. I'd rather it be that than me screwing up. That's annoying, but it's not. I don't feel compelled to then like take the whole thing apart. Yep, thanks for the DM. Appreciate it. Thanks, Cosmic. Ooh, those are cool. Not seen those before. I'd say white is probably our largest piece. I actually have a lot more room vertically than I thought. Hi there, welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good day. That looks like a flipper. Yeah, this is going to take a hot minute. Out of curiosity, for folks that enjoy the music here on stream, if I was to switch over to OBS, I believe I could have a separate audio channel for the music that would not go to Twitch. I noticed that Tadpole Milk does that, where he listens to copyright music during his stream, but then it's not part of the VOD. Would people prefer that? I'm not a big music person. So like, I mean, I like music, but I don't have like curated lists, and I'm not necessarily like a big fan of any type of music, and so I would just kind of find a station that would be decent and kind of let it go in the background. Probably something without words. It would probably be more like house or some sort of just low-key. Because I find that as cool as it is to have royalty-free music, it's very repetitive. But they don't really go outside the box very much. Unfortunately, I think one thing that might get repetitive with this set is the fact that we've got 4 wings. So we'll see how well they've made some variety in the instructions, because I'm sure the pieces are all going to be relatively the same. At least the top wings are going to match, and then the bottom wings are probably going to match, would be my guess. Weird bubble in my mat. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. Lots of plates. Good to see. Might want to start these. And what can I fit in there? It always feels a little bit weird when you're leaving a gap. Maybe I can put something else there. Only had some tiny Lego pieces to fit in those little gaps. Yeah, right? First time seeing a Lego stream. Corex Chimera, hello. You're from the Spawn Chunks Discord, right? I didn't see Cosmic. Were we able to put together a poll for the Minecraft vote? For the mob vote? Or does a poll only give you 2 options? There might not even be enough people here to bother. Corex, okay, cool. That's what I thought. More of those. Gone a little crooked here. How did I mess that up? Alright, now we're down to some smaller bits. We did the poll, crab and penguin were tied. Oh wow. That's what I figured. I figured it's going to be down to the crab and the penguin. I don't think the armadillo. I think the armadillo is going to be the first one to be out, would be my guess. I don't think there's enough of a player base that wants wolf armor. And because of how vague they are with the Minecraft mob vote, I don't think it's really... I don't think it's something people feel confident voting in, you know? I mean, you think about anybody that's here that's old enough to vote in their country or province or state or whatever. And if somebody went up and said like, hey, I'm running for office, vote for me, I do stuff. Here's one thing. The rest of it we'll figure out later. And everybody would just like, go home. Like, what? No. You know? So I don't think that that's really the best way to run the Minecraft mob vote. Just my 2 cents. Get 2 of those. Been a couple sets now that we've had these little half moon pieces. They're quite cool. Hey, there's the mighty Elkhorn. How's it going, Elkhorn? Hope you're having a good day. Wolves kill sheep. A Joel Duggan absent from from work note. I mean, I won't tell if you won't tell. How does that work? I spent last night checking out the new Frasier sitcom on Paramount Plus. It's fine. It's just, I find it so strange that maybe it's just because I've just not watched a sitcom in so long, but the writing and the timing and the acting for sitcoms really hasn't changed. So like, it was funny, and I will say that there were some points that I thought it was being predictable, and it wasn't. It actually impressed me in a couple spots. But the delivery of things, it's very much a cartoon. Like, it's everybody in it is very over the top in terms of their delivery. And maybe it's just been a really long time since I watched like a sitcom in front of an audience sort of deal. It's not, I don't know. There's something about it that just feels dated, even though it's a brand new show. It's funny, don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna continue to watch it because it's an easy watch. It's definitely, it doesn't ask much of you, which is cool. the other way. These are really strange. They don't sit flat. Has anybody else watched that Frasier on Paramount Plus? It's not a remake or a reboot. No, it's a continuation. So there's no spoilers, but obviously the actor that played Frasier's dad has passed away in 2018. So the first episode is basically Frasier getting off the plane to visit his son in Boston, having just buried his dad. Like the character in the show, I can't remember his actual name in the show, but Frasier just, you know, is coming from his dad's funeral essentially, and everything else that happens is just kind of like setting up the situation for the comedy, you know. But it's still good. It's a continuation thereof. Like the character of Frasier and Kelsey Grammer are meant to be older, kind of like a grandparent's age, that kind of thing. I don't believe that Niles or Lilith are going to be in it. I watched a little behind the scenes featurette on YouTube, and of course once you do that on YouTube, YouTube tries to show you like everything it possibly can about Frasier, and some of the clickbaity headlines, which I did not click on, were things like, you know, why actor isn't, you know, returning to Frasier and stuff like that. So, oh crap, too soon. Yeah, I mean, if you're subscribing to Paramount Plus, I mean, it's worth it, because you're, I mean, if you're watching it, if you're on Paramount Plus like I am for Star Trek or other things, there's a new show called The Lioness, I think, with Zoe Saldana, and that looks really good too. Military covert ops type stuff. These round pieces never stay where I want them to. Now, move these down here. Nope. These look neat. I don't know if I've done a lot with those kinds of pieces before. Every now and again, you just something kind of makes your eye twitch, and you're like, "Gotta fix it. Gotta figure it out." So here I think we can probably use some of these small round pieces, fill in this inevitable gap. And of course we have another one. Sometimes these just don't go to plan. Break time for you, says Cosmic. Well, that will line up quite nicely with finishing up this bag. Some weird gaps, but sometimes just can't be helped. The real strength is just being able to find the pieces that we need quickly when we need them. So it serves a purpose. More so than me trying to make it look perfect. But I take a break once an hour, folks. If you're new to the stream, then you can go get a drink. You can go grab a friend. Let them know that we're streaming. And we're always trying to grow the channel, so I welcome any of your friends that you want to bring in. I will be back in about 5 minutes. Gives you a chance to grab a coffee, grab a snack, that kind of thing. Be right back. All right, 165 or something. $63. The instructions might be off the screen for a good chunk of this because of how big the bag was. Looks like we're making a wing. And this is why I like to take the time to lay everything out, because it makes this process a lot easier. Man, these are going to be big. I love the red color. Very, very cool. Spot. That's a fun connection too. The white piece. Obu has voted. That's right, the Minecraft mob vote is now open. Did we throw a link for that in chat? For anybody that might need a link? I mean, I think you can just open up your Minecraft launcher and you should be able to vote right from the launcher, right? I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I was leaning Crab, but I kind of think the penguin could be fun too. Oh, it's 4. I'm not sure how I've got this bubble in my mat. I'll have to look into that. It could be just humidity changes. Sakura Zoldyck, thanks very much for the follow. These are neat. Putting 2 of these together. Are they all the same? No. This goes this way, and then this goes that way. Kind of neat that it takes the plate separation at an angle. I like that a lot. Some of the subtleties that they put into these finishes on the builds are really cool. I like the color shifts too. A little bit of gray, a little bit of dark gray. Oh, that goes farther in. These are sturdy. You can either vote in Minecraft live in the launcher or go to minecraft.net. You can't miss it. Yeah, I think the last time I went to minecraft.net was pretty obvious. McScrewgunn says I will be voting for the penguin, as I would like to add life and movement to a biome that is a bit unused and static. I would argue that mangrove swamps are kind of static too. But stony shores are definitely up there as well. I like that there's a good combination of plates and stuff on the bottom too. I always find with Star Wars ships in Lego, there's a lot of exposed like underplates. I'm hoping that that's a minimum. The playset X-Wing is like that too. Mangrove swamps already have frogs? Do they? I thought frogs just spawned in regular swamps. Oh, right. Yeah. That makes sense. You'd think, as someone that does a podcast about Minecraft every week, that I would have all this kind of stuff straight. The problem is, there's so much to cover. Like, we talk about Minecraft so often. And then we combine that with speculating about Minecraft so often that I do find it sometimes difficult to remember, like, what exactly happened when and where. Also, I find that if I'm not particularly fond of an edition, or I don't care, then it doesn't get burned into my brain. That goes like that. Oh, now we're into something interesting. I mean, the whole thing has been interesting, but we're going in a different direction now. I didn't realize that these had like rivet bits on the back of them. That's cool. Neat. And then we do that again. Just in a different direction. And this one goes this way. Yeah. I love Minecraft frogs. I want to put some in Somerville and a camel as well. Should be fun getting them there. Yeah, yep. A little bit challenging. Well, I mean, you never know. If the penguin gets voted in, then maybe we put like a crazy fast ice boat road in the Nether. That could be a fun infrastructure project. Two of these and two of those. Again, a really cool combination of like studs in a certain direction and then plates in a certain direction. It's a really cool shape. Interesting that that just attaches there. I get a funny feeling this is going to be a lot cooler than I anticipate. Something that I'm pretty good at is not thinking too far ahead with LEGO builds, not trying to figure it out so that you get a nice surprise when something is done a little bit differently. You have to vote for the penguin then? Yeah, maybe. Depending on if they do the change, change the librarians as they had in the snapshots, I might not even update anymore, says Meadow. You don't like the change to the librarian? It's not that much more work. I really dislike villagers, so the villager changes for me are kind of inconsequential. I think that's very easy for me to say as someone that's on a server that's very end game. I got ahead of myself here. Wow, yeah, I was looking at the wrong page. One of these. This is the cheesiest music. This is starting to look a little bit strange. Looks like a plate sandwich. Yeah, I'm not really keen on all that, but that might be covered up. I like this depth here. That's cool. Like a little crevice there. Curious what those things underneath it could be used for. I guess I haven't really been sure whether this is an upper wing or a lower wing. Could be either, I guess. One, two, three, 4, 7. It's not the work. I hate some of the outfits and I really don't want the ugly swamp guys, so when so far I have always gone through the trouble of getting 100% Savannah Library, and since they're this dress maybe works best with the job clothes. Yeah, I don't play Minecraft at that level of RP. You know, the villagers that we have are strictly living in little cells so that we can trade with them for what we want. Very little to do with how they look. Not criticizing your reasons, just saying that for us on the Citadel, I don't think many people care. I mean, I don't, that's for sure. All right, this is getting beefy. Got these pieces here. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Wow. As if the progress previous to the last 10 pages we weren't getting anywhere. Meadow's saying it's not just RP, they are the villagers are part of the decor, and since I don't want to have too many for lag reasons, they need to look good and fulfill a function at the same time. Yeah, I mean, fair. But I think the best thing for most players is going to be to find a way to work with the new restrictions or the new changes to the game rather than just refusing to update. I think people in general that refuse to update Minecraft to the latest versions are selling themselves short. That doesn't line up at all. I missed something somewhere, I'm sure. Nope. Oh, the wrong spot. Now it lines up. That makes more sense. But that could just mean my level of trust you know, in Mojang and saying like, you know, yeah, I think, you know, I trust that they are putting enough due diligence into where the game is going that I will continue to update. Three of those, one of these little guys, and a gray one. Yeah, these engines are going to be a lot bigger than I thought, in a good way. And we've seen it before where on Optimus Prime and some other LEGO builds, they've used these rail pieces to round out corners. It's really slick. The helmets, I think we saw it on the helmets, the Star Wars helmets. Just feels like certain types of gameplay are being favored over others by the developers. They absolutely are. Because it's a business decision. So they need to give me something that really makes me want to update, and I haven't seen too much to do that. See, I think that's the thing that I think most Minecraft players are missing, in that Mojang is absolutely updating the game based on what most players are doing. And if you are not part of that, if you're one of the a small percentages of players that play Minecraft differently than how it's being updated, and you're like, wow, this Minecraft update is not for me, well, then you're right. It isn't for you. And I think it would be a mistake if Mojang was to update it with you in mind. You know, I think that the vast majority of players are going to roll with the new update, you know? I think, like many things, there is often, and I'm not singling you out, Meadow, by the way. I'm thinking about now in a more general sense, the feedback that I've seen online. There's a loud minority when it comes to Minecraft updates. Yeah, this is huge. I did not realize the engines on an X-Wing were this big. Maybe it's just because with the small player size kits, you just don't get the right proportions and scale because they can't do it at that level, you know? Was just looking at the Lego sets that are coming up and saw they're bringing out Animal Crossing Lego. I thought it would be awesome. It does not look awesome. No, I'd imagine those are probably pretty basic. The Minecraft Lego is not stellar either. It's neat enough. The things that I've seen done really cool with the Minecraft Lego are like really experienced builders that buy a ton of Minecraft Lego sets and then build their own thing. And I don't remember his name, but there's a guy on YouTube that has built, like, he's got a Lego city, and then under the table he built his own Minecraft Nether. It's wild. It looks really, really cool. Oh, neat. We've got, this is a really cool way to add an angle. I'm not sure if you remember, but a few steps ago we added these little claw pieces that are just underneath that overhang there. And this actually gets attached to those and then slopes down so that you've got like a proper angle there. That is very cool. I like that a lot. white piece has got like a scratch or a smudge on it or something. That's annoying. It might just be dirt. Really hard to get off. Mostly got it. And this goes here. Creates another angle. A little bit of an overlap. That's, again, very, very cool. And then we've got this. These two little pieces. Creating more layers. More plates. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that these were raised? That's interesting. So this is supposed to go at an angle? That's cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that these were going to be raised. That's cool. It's a little weird. And this little piece goes in there. Oops. Oh, and then we've got these 4 pieces are finally going on. I kind of figured this is what they would be for. Take it easy, Blast Jordan. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming by. How do these go in there? They just stick between the plates, I guess? Oh, wow. I didn't realize that plates could go in like that. Man, the kind of connections that people come up with for Lego pieces is pretty cool. Those plates are just kind of jammed between the studs. And then this flips around this way. Oh, I see, and this goes on the back. Covers everything up. Very cool. I don't know why there's not a fourth one. Yeah, that's beefy. All right, looks like we're on to some goodies here. Let's go grab this piece. Four of these. Another one of those. And 3 of these ones. Slide around a little bit. Is anybody watching the new season of Loki on Disney Plus? I'm watching, I'm trying to get into it, but it's tough. I'm finding it very all over the place. I'm enjoying some of the acting and some of the dialogue. Well, I shouldn't say that. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying some of the dialogue. Some characters, like Mobius, are absolutely just repeating themselves over and over again, and it drives me a little bit crazy. But I really like Tom Hiddleston, and I'm blanking on his name. He was in Indiana Jones, and he was in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. But even his performance seems a little like on the nose. I feel like I've seen him do that performance in other things. Still fun to have him in Loki, and fun to see him in Marvel, of course. Quan? Is it Quan? I can't remember his first name. A little half moon piece goes there. That's cool. That's a neat way to fill that gap. I wasn't aware that this had like a ring on it. And I'm not enjoying the fact that those don't sit flush. I think this is, yeah, that's symmetrical. That goes on the back, goes on the front. And that attaches on the side here. Yeah, I'm not sure about this being something that jiggles and rotates is very odd to me. There's just no way to get it to go any further. Ki-Hu Kwan. That's it. Yep. Thank you, Cosmic. I knew Kwan came to me, but I was struggling with his first name, which is too bad. Like, I should know it, but... Stickers. I'm going to put the sticker on before I put these little brown pieces in. What sticker is this for? Did I put that on the wrong way? I put that on the wrong way. You know, you forget sometimes when you're thinking about an X-Wing, you think in an airplane in our world, this is the leading edge, but in an X-Wing, it's the trailing edge of the wing. That's the front. Yeah, there's a couple of choices here that I think I would be... Oh, it is a lower wing. Okay. This goes upside down. Sticker first before I make it really strange. And then these. Go in this way. That. All right, so this is where we got to put them on the stand. And this is this side. It's a lower wing. So we have to open this up. That. And this slides into that section there, and then we push them down into the holes. And it looks like there's a hole left. Does not seem to want to go. Oh, I probably pushed these in too far. There we go. And I'm guessing this will be a little bit easier if I shut this. My guess is that this will not work very well until all the wings are on because of the weight So I think the weight of this actually pushes that through. Oh man, that's not cool. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to come up with a fix for this. So the stand actually just broke under the weight of the extra wing. The stand just broke the entire thing. Like now all this is off. Wow, you can see the weight, the stand actually separated the fuselage. Like that is not very often I get to throw some shade at Lego. That is like, it just, the whole thing just exploded under the weight. I'm gonna have to implement that fix that Cosmic sent me in a DM. Wow. Normally they're so good at this kind of thing. But I got like little pieces flying everywhere. This is heavy too. Yeah, like it just completely dismantled my ship. Well then. So it looks like I need to put a couple of these little pegs on that hole right there. I did look at that fix, Cosmic. I think I've got the extra pieces. I usually give you spares. These are all the extra bits that they give us. I just kind of toss them all into one Tupperware container. So I've got 2 of these kicking around, which is good. So the fix, or at least the temporary fix, was to put some pegs above this part here. So by putting the pegs here, it keeps this part from hitting piece inside the structure. Yeah, the weight of that is just crazy, but of course once you put the other wing on there, it will work out, I think. But that, even just those 2 little pegs absolutely help. But now I've got to go back to figure out how these side pieces go on. This is really unsteady. All right. These go on the back. And then don't remember which one goes where. Feels kind of crooked. And of course, you can't put pressure on both sides. And now I've got to figure out where this piece goes. What's the other one? The other one, that's the back. That goes this way. Oh man. Think it goes there? No. Now I've got to go all the way back. Yeah, that's frustrating. That's it's not just like an aesthetic design flaw, that's a functional screw up. Oh, come on. All right, that's that part done. And then these go on the front. Thankfully, those go on a little bit easier. Although, you're obviously meant to have them on before you put the wing on. Oh, come on. Yeah, I've got some feedback for Lego, man. Wow, that took way longer than it should have. So for anybody that ends up trying to build this kit, you 100% want to add these two little rivets just above where these blocks are. There's a real screw up that really affects the weight distribution. Essentially, the stand jams up through the fuselage and breaks it apart, and then the whole thing just disintegrates. because everything is all, you know, interconnected inside. All right, back to this page. And now that it's mounted, I'm assuming we're going to be putting on the laser bit thing, yeah. Wow, it just got super dark here. Like, it feels like 6 p.m. and it's only 3. We're supposed to get some rain today. I wonder if it's a thunder shower. So these pieces come together like this. And this is what the little flippers are for. And then this goes on the end like that. They obviously just kind of angle it whatever you think is best. I would say 45 degrees, give or take. And that goes vertically on here. We'll be able to straighten them out once we've got all 4 of them on. And that leaves us with a handful of things left over. Yeah, not keen on the stripes, not keen on the fact that that wall was round, and man, that was a frustrating assembly situation. It is way off balance at the moment, yeah, absolutely, Alcorn. It's very... This is really heavy. Hey bud, welcome in, good to see you. Picks up lampshaded, throws it at Lego. Only if there's a leg, a mannequin leg attached to a Cosmic. Is it worthwhile building all of the wings first and then adding them? You know, that would be another tip, actually. That's probably a good idea. You know, like I would imagine that it looks like the next wing is also another bottom wing. So you either want to add both bottom wings at the same time, or you want to add like this wing and then the top, the opposite one, because these are connected, kind of like if I move this one, you can see, oh, you can't see on camera, hold on. If I move the bottom wing, it's the top wing on the other side that works, sort of like a seesaw. So either for balance, you'd want to add the other bottom wing, or you'd want to add the top wing on the left-hand side, so that this wouldn't be, because this just pulls down, and nothing you can do with the elastics does anything to hold that up. So it's really, yeah, a little bit strange. Also disappointed with how many exposed underplates there are here, because when the wings are open, which is probably how you want this displayed, that's going to look really odd. So I'm a little disappointed in that as well. Oh yeah, here comes the rain. Holy crap. Like, the sky outside my studio right now is purple. Anyway, we will have some interesting days ahead of us. This is pretty big. This is even on the stand now. And there's going to be probably more coming off the back. It barely fits in the shot. Right? That's a big piece of kit. Big piece of kit. I mean, this has to be an 8x10, at least a 9x7 instruction manual for people that want size reference. Like, it's big. Yeah. Do I think I'll get the UCS Venator? No, that costs nearly as much as my rent. Not quite, but like, it's up there. And I don't have anywhere else to put it, Jake. Like, it's the size of my coffee table, and I do not have anywhere that it would go. So I'm also, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this enough on stream, but like I'm currently crossing my fingers house hunting. So if I was to get something like that, I would wait until I knew where I was moving and what dedicated space I might have and all that kind of stuff. It's a cool set, don't get me wrong. I really think it's awesome, but there's just a certain cutoff. You know, like I treated myself for my birthday. I don't know what this retails for in Canada. It's around $300, maybe a little bit more. I get to do some streaming with you folks with it. Like, it was worth it for me. But when you more than double that price, you know, that's a no. You guys hear the thunder? Yeah. It's so much for my gym trip today. I'm gonna shut the window here. Anyway, folks, 3 o'clock. Bag 6 is done. We've got a wing. It was an interesting experience. The building was very cool. The assembly was a little bit, left a little bit to be desired, I would say. Stay in and eat pizza. I think that's the plan, Cosmic. I think that's the plan. I also have apple pie. I walked by a stack of apple pie after the Thanksgiving holiday here in Canada in the grocery store, and a 9-inch pie was $2. I cannot say no to a $2 pie. So in a weird way, it's kind of bad that I'm missing the gym because $2 pie. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty chill night, I think. So folks, thanks ever so much for hanging out. We are going to pass you along to somebody else. Probably someone playing Minecraft would be my guess, given that the mob vote just started. Cosmic, if you want to throw some options in chat, I would much appreciate it. In the meantime, there's a number of things happening this weekend. First off, we've got the Saturday stream tomorrow, which will happen at the regular time. Minecraft, I'll be back hopefully finishing up the crypt and finishing up the rest of the graveyard. I'm hoping to do that all in one stream. We also have a special stream on Sunday. I will not be streaming from this channel. I will be streaming from twitch.tv/pixelriffs. Johnny and I are going to be covering Minecraft Live at 1 o'clock Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Atlantic. UTC minus 3 hours from 2 p.m. Atlantic. I'm sure if you go to Minecraft.net, you will find the times for Minecraft Live. So tune in to Johnny's Twitch channel just a little bit before that time. I'm sure we'll be doing a little bit of mic checks and chatting with the community and stuff. Cosmic has a lovely link in chat, so if you're not already following Pixel Riffs, go ahead and do that. But do follow me and Pixel Riffs on Twitter. We'll be announcing when we go live so that you don't miss that. Also, if you're a member of my Discord, then you'll get a notification on updates on times and things like that over the weekend. Because of that, there will not be a stream from me as far as I know on Sunday. I'd imagine we're probably going to be doing about 2 hours or more on that coverage. Minecraft Live is normally 90 minutes, so we will be more than talked out, I'm sure. So after that, though, you can tune into the Spawn Chunks podcast on Monday. That will be us recapping Minecraft Live, expressing kind of like what we have had time to process over the next day and getting that out there. There's currently a new episode of the Spawn Chunks out right now. You can get that at spawnchunks.com. You can also get a new episode of the Citadel Cafe at thecitadelcafe.com. That is myself, Stephen ESC, who is a member of my Minecraft server and a good buddy of mine. And we talked about Ahsoka. And if you happen to be a patron of the Citadel Cafe, we have a new format. We decided to record the show live in our Discord, and we have extended the post show so that if you are a member of the Citadel Cafe Patreon, then you can go and listen to about 15 minutes of bonus audio about Steven and I talking about Rebels and Clone Wars. We kept it spoiler free because he hasn't seen them, but it was a fun conversation post podcast, I guess. And we're going to be doing that in the future. So from now on, just like the Spawn Chunks, the Citadel Cafe is going to have an extended audio version that's available for members. However, if you're a member of my Discord and you happen to be around live, then it doesn't matter whether you're a Twitch sub, a Joel Patreon sub, a Citadel Cafe Patreon sub. Everybody in my Discord gets access to the live recording of the Citadel Cafe. It's just that you can't listen after. So if you want to check it out and see what a live recording is like, then any of you that are a member can go in and listen to that. I will make an announcement ahead of time now when we were going to record the Citadel Cafe. It's normally Wednesday nights around 8 o'clock Atlantic, but that varies depending on my guest. Sometimes with Brockett, it's like first thing in the morning because he's got little kids and that's what works out best for him. So I will let everybody know as that proceeds. But that's going to be it for me. We're going to pass you along to Tadpole Milk, who is a wonderful Minecraft streamer. I'm sure you are all familiar. We raid them quite often. Their streams line up with ours quite often. So I'll pass you along to Tadpole, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks ever much for hanging out. Thanks for the support and the modding, Cosmic, and thank you for the bits, MindTripMedia, and the sub, Dan. Appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.